What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ferg. We're back with another tutorial today. Um, we're going to be going through how to make a Lil Durk type beat, something like his new album that he just dropped not too long ago. This is one of the songs on the album that was kind of overlooked in my opinion. It was just Lil Durk, there was no feature or anything like that, but it was a really melodic piano beat, really simple, but the arrangement was kind of different and there were a lot of sounds used. Um, but I've been bumping that song lately, and I wanted to make something like that. So I'll just play a little bit of the beat for you, and I'll break down what I did to get this type of beat. Um, I wasn't gonna do this live, and I started to, but then making the beat like took a better half, like almost an hour, almost another half hour to like mix everything and level it. So we're just gonna do it this style. Hope that's all right. So I'm just gonna play it out, and then I'll break it down. So yeah, looks like there's a lot, but it's actually pretty simple. Just a matter of getting everything to go and sound how I wanted it to. So the first thing that I did was I opened up with this piano, and I laid out some chords that I liked, and I wanted it to be spacey, melodic, um, but really have like some ambience to it, something darker. So we ended up after we threw some reverb and EQ on there, we ended up with a piano that sounded like this. Another thing that I did to get this certain type of feel for this was playing with the velocities. I didn't just hit Alt R and randomize them because I knew the way that I wanted this to go. So I actually, after I drew in all the notes, I went back through, and I changed the velocities so I got them exactly how I wanted them. Second piano, pretty much the same exact thing. It's not as complex. It's more simplistic. But it's the exact same piano. So yeah, there's the two of those. The real simple one plays throughout the verse. The more complex one is the intro, outro, and the hook. Simply because I wanted to change it up. I wanted to add a little bit of variety. And for the verse, I didn't want it to be too overbearing with the sounds. Um, so yeah. Next thing is I opened up and I got some strings, orchestral sound. So yeah, there's that. To me, sounded like really inspirational almost. That's the type of feel that I got from that. It's kind of the type of feel that I got from listening to that song. It was really uplifting. It kind of contradicts like the darker piano, so it worked well together. And then I have this pad that is almost the same as the piano. There's a few note variations in here, um, and that sounds like this. And that was used pretty much throughout the entire song just to add some fill, so it didn't really sound really dry. Um, Moving into the drums, hi-hats are pretty simple. Classic two-step, change the velocity so it sounds almost like a shaker going back and forth. And that was the hi-hat that played throughout the verse. And then this one, again, really simple, just a couple rolls that plays throughout the hook. Simple clap. Nothing too fancy about that. Added a rim shot. Give the beat a little bit more texture. Really punchy kick here. This kick was already punchy to begin with, but then I ended up EQing a ton. Shouldn't say a ton. I just brought out some of the mid to low frequencies. Again, nothing too crazy with the kick. The 808 probably took me the longest to get it exactly how I wanted to. Not only laying down the notes, but getting the right 808. And I finally got the one that I wanted. And it sounds like this. And then I'll play the kick and the 808 together, because you know, I love having a bounce between my kick and my 808. I always stress that in my videos. So yeah, through this little perk, you know, just a little bit of ear candy, adding a little background elements that really fill the beat and, you know, complete it. I had the cymbal. I think I took out some of the out here with that knob, just so it wasn't as elongated, and I turned the volume down a lot on it just because I didn't want it to be really crash hitting like a cymbal would. I wanted it to sound more of like an open hat feel, and I ended up getting this. And that actually hits a lot with the kick, so when the kick, the 808, and the open hat all hit together, it just kind of creates this really powerful, like, driving feel, and that's what we were going for. That's pretty much it for the sounds that we used. The rest of it was just arrangement and putting it in the way that I wanted it to sound, in relativity to the actual song that I was trying to recreate the feel of. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty simple. Like I said, it took me about just under an hour to finish this whole thing. I started this yesterday, and I ended up scrapping the entire thing. I think the only thing that I kept was the bass piano. The rest of the beat that I made, I just didn't like. So, never give up on your beats. You never know what could come out of them. So that's that. I'm gonna just play out the rest of the beat so you guys can hear the ending of this, and I'm gonna be out. As always, thank you for tuning in. If you're new here and this is your first time watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, do all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter to make sure that y'all are keeping up to date with everything. Other than that, I'm gonna just play it out.